family, welcome to the Inside Circle, where growth never stops and learning is a lifelong journey. Here, we believe that there's always more to understand, more to discover, and more to apply to make our lives richer, better, and more meaningful. Get ready for an excitingly insightful experience that will inform, inspire, and empower you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because wisdom grows when it is shared. Welcome to the circle.
I know you have all been anticipating the premiere of episode 5 of our ongoing physiotherapy awareness program, and it's right here before your eyes. It's episode 5, and this episode is my heartbeat because we are going to talk about career and education when it comes to the whole physiotherapy profession. I meet a lot of parents out there and they want to know, my daughter is reading science, my son is reading science. Can he pursue whatever it is? Can he pursue physiotherapy? Because I can see it's a noble profession and all that. I say, oh yes, he can, and all of that. So we are going to answer all your questions, parents out there, and I know our children are writing WASI and they are thinking, okay, should we do medicine or should we do that? If I choose medicine, what can be an alternative and all of that? For me, from a personal experience, when I was still younger, I had never heard of physiotherapy, but I was a science student. All I knew was medicine, pharmacy, computer science, and some few others. But I happened to eavesdrop on a conversation, and then I heard physiotherapy for the first time. I was like, physiotherapy, what a long name. It would be nice being called a physiotherapist. That was the first impression I had, and indeed, if you're a student out there, physiotherapy is a great profession that you should try to pursue. So today we are going to talk about career and education. Welcome back to the studios.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Please, you all know his name already. P.T. Da Silva Nana Etiva. I always used to get the surname wrong, but now I think I've picked up a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so to our viewers out there who are asking this question, what qualifications and training are required if one is to become a physiotherapist?
Okay, so to become a physiotherapist, you should have completed your BSc in physiotherapy. It's a 4-year program.
Okay.
Currently, it's being done in the University of Ghana, in Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and UHAS in Ho, University of Health and Allied Sciences. Yes, so those are the 3 universities that I'm very sure train physiotherapists. Aside the 4 years of academic work, you need to have done a 1-year internship because you need a minimum number of hours to qualify to write for your licential.
So
you can't just get up. Yes, you can't just get up and because it's a professional course, right? So you're professional. It's not a degree where once you get it you can start practicing.
Wow.
You need a license to be able to practice, right? So after you've done your 4-year course, you need a 1-year internship in a recognized facility. And after you've done your number of hours, filled your logbook, then you go in and write your licential. After passing, that is when you'll be given your license to practice as a physiotherapist. Yeah, so that's pretty much the training or the process to becoming a physiotherapist.
When it comes to the issue of licensure, I know that people have a lot of chills and a lot of fears and all of that.
Right.
You wrote your licensure exams how many years ago? But was it difficult? Was it easy? How was it? How was the experience like? Were you seeing top?
To be very honest, it would be hard for me to answer this question because I do not find exams to be a difficult task.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So I've never panicked about an exam, you know. So I think it was okay.
It was okay.
Yes, you just went in and wrote and came out and passed.
And you knew you passed.
Yes.
Yes,
what
that's
else
the
can happen?
mentality our students out there should have. Don't go into an exam hall thinking you're already a failure. Come out like a victor that you are, knowing that whatever it is you have written. And of course, I mean, we are children of God, you and myself. So you know and believe that the God that you serve will not shame you, will not make you fail. So yes.
And the bigger part of it is if you take your clinical hours seriously, because most of the questions are very practical. So if you took your clinical hours seriously, you would be able to answer them because they border more along clinical judgments, diagnosis. So, I mean, I don't think it's something that should give you sleepless nights. But if you're not serious, that will be a bummer.
So you have to be serious. Students out there, you will not pass just by chance, you
Right.
need to put in the effort. I'm sure you spent a couple of sleepless nights trying to read through a few, not sleepless nights per se,
Not sleepless nights.
not
Yes.
sleepless nights per se, but you invested some time to
Definitely.
learn, go through some
Definitely.
questions, try to
Right.
record some of the things you learned during your
Right.
hours and everything. That's
Right.
great, that's great, that's great. So what advice will you give to students out there or young professionals who are interested in pursuing physiotherapy?
Okay, so I'll speak to two groups of people.
Okay.
First, I'll speak to those who are students, current students of physiotherapy.
Okay.
Physiotherapy can be challenging. I've had a number of students who have reached out to me saying they wanted to change their course from physiotherapy because sometimes you just do not even understand why it's being tough, right? But it's a noble profession.
Yeah.
And one thing about a profession is that once you finish it, it is yours, right? You can practice it anywhere at any time and all that. So for those who are thinking, oh, I want to change and maybe go and do something simpler or something, I want to employ you to just apply yourself to it. It's difficult, but it's just for 4 years. Apply yourself and then come out, and then you'll be fine. For those who are yet to go into it, and people need to know that, as you said, medicine is bigger than just being a doctor or being a nurse. Growing up, all I knew was a doctor and a nurse, and some guy who'll be injecting you at the lab. Yes, but it's, as I said, the MDT or the multidisciplinary team or the idea of it has become more real and appreciated in Ghana. So there are many, many other professions, and one of them is physiotherapy. I mean, the kind of satisfaction you get from being a physiotherapist is unrivaled. I remember one time after I actually did my internship, that 1 year I was talking about that you have to, I did it in 37.
Okay.
So one time I went to the Accra Mall, I was just going to say, I heard someone, dog. I had no idea who the person was. The person came, and I'm like, dog, it's me. It's you who? Then the person apparently was a patient of mine who had an RTA, road traffic accident, who had a fracture, and he was walking like nothing has ever happened. And he was really, I felt so excited. I'm like, I'm doing the work of the Lord.
You are doing
Yes,
the work
this
of
is
the
the work
Lord,
of the
bringing
Lord.
hope to people,
Yes.
you know.
Because being, you may not be sick, but if you are not functional, that is a huge thing to your psyche. Knowing that you are not really sick, or whatever you're sick of, you are fine, but you cannot walk. You cannot do the things that everybody is doing. Participation is limited. That is huge on the
It makes some people even depressed.
Right.
Major cause of depression.
Yes, we've had mothers that have killed their spirit children because of depression, because they don't see any way forward. There's no hope. So the child is getting worse and worse. You came from the river, so go back into the river. That kind of mindset. So I think being a physiotherapist brings me a lot of joy because I see people. Recently, we had a guy who had bilateral fractures of the two femur, came in a wheelchair. Today he's walking. He started. So you see something like this, you get excited. You're like, wow, you are really changing lives. Yeah. So I want to encourage students out there. Yeah, it's not always about becoming a doctor or a nurse. Being a physiotherapist is one of the options. If you have the heart for people and you like to see people get better and improve, it's one of the best places to be.
Indeed, physiotherapy is one of the best professions anyone out there will want to pursue. So, our final question for this episode.
Right.
A very interesting and important question.
Okay.
So, how has choosing to pursue the career like physiotherapy, how has it positively impacted your life? I mean, you've mentioned a few beautiful things, but I'm throwing the question directly. Yes, how has it positively impacted your life?
For me, I think pursuing physiotherapy was a destiny thing. Because if I'm to even recreate how I got employed, if I had done any other thing, I wouldn't be employed the way I am. Because at the time I was employed, they were looking specifically for physiotherapists. So it is because I did physiotherapy, that's why I got that specific role, right? And it's been good, to be very honest, because I've always said that a physiotherapist will never go hungry. Because your profession is yours.
A physiotherapist will never go hungry.
Yes, your profession is yours. You don't need a hospital to work as a physiotherapist. Because as we discussed earlier in previous episodes, they are home calls.
Yes,
you just need to connect yourself rightly. You can be seen. I know people who are doing home calls on full time, full employment, full time, right? So they move from home to home, and I mean they are making it. So it's a good profession. It's a good profession. I mean, it could be better, but it's a very good profession. Yes. We have our own set of limitations and all that, but I don't think they are strong enough to deter someone from being a physiotherapist. Once you do it, it's your profession, it's yours. You can practice at any time, and you can make some good money for yourself.
Wow, in this episode, I have learned a lot. Don't have a failures mentality. Approach each examination you write with a victor's mentality. We've also learned that physiotherapy is a professional course, and you'd need to do a 4-year bachelor degree program, then a mandatory internship program 1 year, and then you write your licensure exams. Then you're now a physiotherapist. It's been great, and we've learned how it has positively impacted our physiotherapists here in the studios. If you found anything we discussed here very valuable, do all to like, share, comment, and we'll catch up in the next episode. Bye.